Yo, hello everyone and welcome back. This is going to be a continuation of our new profile series. So in the last episode we just finished off a ranger run, but we haven't done any upgrades since, so we're going to pop back on the ranger, see what kind of upgrades we have in store. We got a good amount of ore now, 54, some extra stars. So we're going to start unlocking some more parts of the town to help progress all of our characters. So let's see, don't care about tax rate yet, or really the general store. Considering the blacksmith, we can consider the apothecary, and definitely want to get the fountain sometime soon. But I think the main thing is going to be this guild hall 2, getting our skills higher. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the town and unlock those skills, and we're left with 4 ores. So that's really all we can do there. So we'll go spend our 21 stars. We at least got rank 3 of all of our skills, and that's across all of our characters. So we can start getting some of these other ones. We can get Power Shot, Grasping Roots, but they're really not too beneficial for the Ranger, so we're going to be upgrading Bow Shot and Bow Shot again. And I think I'm going to go for more Evasion for now. March Prey is okay, but I don't think I quite need it. 5 stars. It really depends what my stars look like. So let's see, 3, 8, 12, so yeah, I can get all 3 of these. So we'll just do that. That's perfect. Power Shot's a lot of mana, and it does magic while I'm scaling primary, so it's a skill, but I'm really going primary attack, so I'm not too worried about it. Flurry of Arrows is good for AoE, but I have my 1 point in it and enough mana to cast it several times, so I'm pretty happy with that. If you felt like you're getting overwhelmed, you can start taking Grasping Roots, but I personally value the Evasion a little more than the Snare. It also has a mana cost, so it's another thing to factor in, whereas this is kind of a passive effect. So I'm just going to be proccing this passive effect by using my 10 mana skill every so often, so I don't really have to worry about mana on this character, which is kind of how we're looking to design it. Alright, that's the Ranger for now. We are not going to play him right now, we're going to look to progress some of the other characters. So we beat Act 2 boss and Act 3 boss, so we got some extra attack power for all our other characters. So our Paladin will be getting a little stronger. He also is able to get some of those higher ranks of shield block soon, which will be very beneficial, but I think we're going to look at playing one of these other characters for now. I might go for the Sorcerer again, just to get some more mana regen. Also just kind of enjoy the Sorcerer. Alright, so we have 6 points to spend and some gold. I'm going to check the status of my upgrades and see what kind of skills I have left. So I definitely want to be upgrading my first skill. My character's still only level 3. I haven't played him since we just beat the first boss. So I want to be maxing out Frost Shard first. We're just looking to not really have to worry about mana. We're able to go all the way through Act 1 with just Frost Shard. Eventually, when our mana regen starts coming higher, when we get higher base mana, we're going to look at transitioning into using Frost Nova in Orb of Winter. But as you see, Orb of Winter is 120 mana, Frost Nova is 35 mana, so unless these are one-shotting everything on the screen, well, I can't even cast the orb, but unless they're one-shotting everything on the screen, they're not really worth taking this early. It's just too high of a mana cost. Even 30 mana is pretty high. We're not really going to be using Comet. We could consider retraining, because we could move the Comet stars over here and have tier 3 Frost Shard, but I don't know if it's really worth our money right now. I would rather put that money into actual upgrades for my character. So we didn't have enough money to buy the next thing of the blacksmith, so we still just have the base, which is fine, because we still have to buy the base upgrades on all of our characters. Once we get on all of our characters, we'll look at upgrading to the next one. But upgrading the guild hall, the town hall, and then the guild hall is kind of our top priority. Because skills, increasing the base of all your skills is going to help them more than anything else. Alright, so we got some money to spend. Not a ton, but some. So let's go ahead and... oh yeah, we can just buy all of these. I may even switch over to the other characters to see if I have enough to buy some more upgrades, to avoid just having to mess with tax stuff during the run. Alright, so we got all those upgrades, we got everything else. I think that's all the upgrades we're looking at. We didn't unlock the fountain, so we can't do that yet. We found the thief, but we haven't unlocked him at the town hall yet. But he's kind of random just to find. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it's pretty quick. So it's really just a mixed bag. We're not going to be playing the thief just in case, you know, I don't want people to feel like they need the thief early on, and you really don't need him early on because his class hall bonus is just extra gold, which helps in some aspects with like having to pick up less gold during a run. You can buy more things at the shops. Alright, so we're gonna continue to increase his shield. We're gonna have to start taking sword as well, but we're gonna wait for a couple more points. So we're looking pretty good. We've got upgrades on a lot of our characters. Let's check the Warlock as well. So we're just doing kind of some busy work right now, making sure we have everything on everyone. Alright, spend that money. He already has a second potion charge, but maybe haven't gotten the other pickups. Alright, we'll take those as well. And we have 10k to work with. 3 stars. What do I want to upgrade on this character? Extending our range some more sounds pretty nice. It's the only thing we can really afford. And then we'll probably look at Soul Dagger. So just get even longer melee attack, so we don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed as easily. So 10k, it's kind of an awkward amount. And we're gonna play, well, let's see the Ranger. I don't think he has any upgrades left. I'm pretty sure we bought them all. I would be kind of surprised, but I just want to double check. Yeah, alright, and he has the potion, so almost guaranteed that he has everything. So there's a couple options we could do here. We could go ahead and roll this character, like go ahead and buy items on him, and log on to another character. We can convert our gold into ore and unlock something else for our town, which might be what we do here. Because, oh, we don't have the ore trader yet. How much does the ore trader cost? We might need to get 1 point in the ore trader. So you need 5 ore. Some 1 ore off, so we'll kind of consider that when we get our next little bit of ore. We can also look at buying a pet, maybe? 10k. 10k is not enough for a pet quite yet. So we just have an awkward amount of gold. Nothing really to do with it. So I think the best bet will be to maybe just buy items on each of our characters or start buying some keys. Anyway, this is going to be a sorcerer run. I know that was kind of all over the place, but just want to show like basically every second that I'm playing this profile, and I just have to kind of catch up and determine what's best with my money currently. So we're going to roll for some items. We really don't have a use for mana, so we're really just going to be looking to increase things for primary. If you're strapped for cash, if you've died more and lost more of your money or something, you don't really need these items. This will just make it go faster. We're going to try to achieve what we achieved before, where we defeat the Act 2 boss and hopefully the Act 3 boss, and then after that we're going to bail out and just have that mana bonus for the next character, have those levels for the next run. It's kind of a slow start in this game, just getting levels across all your characters and getting the built-in stat boost. Some people have been able to beat the whole game on the Ranger without really playing any of the other characters and stuff like that, but I don't think that's really like a realistic way to play the game for like a new player. So I'm just going to look for things that increase my primary. So this gives me crit for primary, this gives me a little bit of skill power, which I don't really care about. It gives me the +1 on primary attack. And this, if I get hit, I disarm enemies for 2 seconds. So I'm going to take these things. I don't think I'm going to get to the point where I really see gold chest, and these are kind of expensive. So I'm going to just start with a couple of keys, maybe 5, 1 gold key just in case. And we still have some money to spend, so I'm going to go up to 8. 8, 5, and 1. That's what we're going to go with. If we send 1 ore home early, I'll log on to another character, unlock the trader, and start converting some of this money into ore. So we can unlock the blacksmith and start spending our gold on other things. But alright, this is going to be NG0 Sorcerer. Here we go. I don't think our sorcerer does have combo. So combo is unlocked on all characters after you do the skip. I don't think I'm gonna do the skip here. I want the XP. I know we did the skip on the Ranger, I believe. But we're just gonna go slow, get some much needed XP and money, hopefully some ore. When you do the skip with the portal, you don't really get any ore, you just get items, you don't get any money or anything like that. You don't really get much XP, so it's really best to just play through everything. On average, you get some more items as well. So it's more of a late game thing where you want to like skip acts, or maybe some unique farming methods where you want to skip to one of the later acts to get more gold and ore and not spend as much time. But that's not what we're doing here. Alright, well we got our 1 ore, so if we see a deposit we can switch over and start doing our tax evasion. Oh, let's also use our potions so we can refill them. That's just for our accomplishments, like we were doing before. You can wait till the very end of the level, but I'm feeling pretty strong right now, so I'm just going to continue on. I don't think I'll need to use a potion before the end. The only case I would really need to is if I did some trap and really got messed up, which there's a trap, but I'm pretty confident about that one. If you're not as confident, you can always wait. I used to definitely wait till the end of every floor before I did that, before I refilled like my potions. Same goes with like monoliths. If I see a monolith and I'm approaching like a boss fight, I'll usually save it for the end of the floor so I can get the buff and then go fight the boss, because I'm way more worried about the boss than these little mobs that are probably not going to pose a threat to me. But you just kind of have to balance it out. Like if you feel like the mobs are going to be a threat to you, then by all means take the buff. Like if we got into Act 3 and we were confident about the boss but we were scared of ghosts and whatnot, then definitely consider grabbing the buff in that case. The game is very flexible how you can play. I'm just talking about my strategy. Right, there's the trap where you stand on the side. Press the button. Gladiator's Net, that's pretty good because we're primary. It has a 10% chance every time I attack with my primary. But when I hit an enemy to disarm them, and it puts a little X over their head. That means if they're standing on top of me hitting me, they can't actually do any damage because they're disarmed. So very good, especially with the ricochet from my character. It just bounces back and forth and each one has that 10% chance to disarm. Luckily we also do a good bit of damage right now, so things kind of die before it's too much of a worry. That poison does hurt a lot. I should try not to get poisoned as much. And I have to keep an eye out for those oranges. So a piece of Journeyman's, that's increased health by 15. That's actually pretty good because my health was pretty low. I think it was, well, I can actually see. My base health is 50 and I've gained 25 from items because I have 1 Journeyman's there and 1 Journeyman's there. So that's a lot of extra health. I'm just waiting on the shop. I just kind of know I'm going to need more money than what I have. So I'm going around the whole level to grab the rest of the money that's available. Alright, I disarmed it so I don't have to worry about his line attack. I'm still so used to like trying to dodge, but if you see that and you notice, then you can, you know, by all means continue to attack. It would kill him a little faster, but I kind of do the better safe than sorry strategy. And would definitely recommend that strategy for a new player. Once you're experienced, I mean, do whatever you want, you know? And like I said, this is just my opinion. I'm sure people have lots of different opinions on what's like the most efficient way to start off the game. But this will be like a good overview for people. Alright, so we're looking at more things that do stuff with primary. So this adds damage to my primary attack. This adds attack power, which I don't know if we've looked at attack power before, but if you hover over attack power in the character menu, it increases damage done by your primary attack. So perfect. It also shows what we've added to our primary attack at the bottom. We've added 1 physical, we've added 2 magical. It also shows us where we get all of our attack power. So pretty nice to see. Over here you can also see your crit for your skills and your primary. Wow, our resist is pretty low compared to our armor. We'll have to work on that. I personally like the broadsword here for the attack power, increase our primary, and we don't have enough money to buy 2 items, unfortunate. Oh, we can buy these 2, I guess. Yeah, we'll buy the broadsword and the undead pamphlet. In Act 2 there's a lot of undead, in Act 3 there's a lot of undead. We don't plan on going past Act 3, so we're not too worried about some of the other monster types like aberrations. This act is mainly beast and bugs. Well, I guess they're all officially beast from what the game considers them, but they look like bugs. Nice. Alright, this is probably like a little dead-end inlet, so I'm gonna clear it out first. There is a little edge that's going downward, so maybe it's not, but I'll go ahead and knock it out while I'm here. Oh, I got hit by a line attack. Okay, so yeah, that was just my bad. Alright, so yeah, it's kind of deceiving, because you see like where the wall should be, but there's like this extra area. So if I'm standing like here, it can still see me through the wall. So I'm gonna try to go from the bottom. And I'm just gonna be ready to use a potion just in case. There might be like a cheeky thing where I can hit it, but it doesn't see me. Yeah. So there's some line of sight stuff you can maybe do. Luckily it dropped an orange, so I can just pop right back up. That was definitely some unnecessary damage. I mean, if I died there, the worst part would be probably these keys and this ore. The keys just make the run easier, but I spent a good amount of money on these. And losing the ore, that's a lot of town perk. But I still have the money sitting in town, the 6k. I would easily be able to buy some more keys, some more items, and I would just continue to run right where I left off. Luckily about to get a level, so we wouldn't have lost like too much if we had died. We would still have gained all that XP. And that's kind of what we're going for now, is just gaining a lot of XP, getting the ore for our town, upgrading our skills, starting to become a real character. Alright, there's another one where you go off to the right. Alright, go Stone of Midas. This can be potentially good. We get a 30% chance to get a mana when we kill an enemy, so it helps keep our mana up. We're not really using mana, so we don't really care about that, but if we find the other one, it does the same thing except for health. And you see the 2-piece set bonus down there, we get 2 gold when killing an enemy. So if we find it early enough, we can actually acquire a good amount of gold. Especially for this level of the game. Later, it's like nothing. 2 golden enemy is whatever. It does scale with your thief level. If we were to get the thief and unlock him, he gives gold bonus per NG level, and he would increase that to a higher amount. Alright, we're on the 3rd floor. It doesn't matter if we deposit there or if we go through the door and then deposit, so I'm just going to go through the door. Oh, I missed the money in those keys right there. Whoops, didn't see it till after I clicked it. So we're going to get taxed here, but that's okay. There's nothing really we can do. We need to send the ore back anyway. Oh, I'm trying to avoid the line attack. I was trying to get some comments off, which might have been a little too greedy. We still have both of our potions, which is good that we picked them up. It's just in case type of deal. But the longer you go in the game, the potions don't really do much for you. Eventually it gets to the point where you outscale what your potions can ever heal. But currently they're pretty nice. Character slow. Character doesn't have a ton of damage, so just more opportunities to make mistakes and get hit by things. I've been hit by 2 line attacks already. Alright, and there we go. So boss down, we get Adventurer's Guard plus 25 health and 30 mana, so it's actually really good stats. Our health is almost doubled, I believe. Yeah, we went from 55 base health to 100. 105, actually, yeah. We also got some ore in the bank. So again, gonna start looking for buttons. We can see secrets up there, the little half-broken wall. We have a well, so we can use potions without any drawbacks. We can just fill it up towards the end. I don't want to play too aggressive, just in case I get like destroyed. But knowing you have potions that you can fall back on is a nice thing to have. But if you go too far with it, you'll end up dying for no reason and not using any potions, or not even being able to use the well. Oh, and you can pull the bats through the wall. Sometimes that's like a good strategic thing to do. Other times it just kind of happens on accident. But it's something you can try to be like conscious of, that bats can pull through the wall. Because you may be already biting off more than you can chew, and then you get too close to a wall, and more bats come at you, and you just set yourself up to die. Alright, Cape of Withdrawal. When I get hit, I get a movement speed bonus. Don't plan on getting hit much, but I guess when I do, I can retreat a little bit. Take out these guys before I try to dodge all these line attacks and slowly whittle them down. Definitely want to get that chest. If you're like too worried about like these guys or whatever, you can just basically forfeit the chest. You don't really need every item you come across. Like, this is going to take me a while, isn't it? And the way they're set up, it's gonna... Yeah, this is almost worth skipping. Oh, getting the disarm there was nice. Oh, all 3 of them are coming at me. Alright, if I get hit again, I'll use a potion, and I'm going to give up on this. Once I get 1 down, it should become a lot easier. Alright, I think I need to not be greedy and just go with 1 shot until that one dies. Oh god. Trying to be as careful as possible. I don't know how I'm triggering that other one. Before I was only triggering 2, and I'm triggering all 3 every time. But I have to walk that far. Alright, there we go. We knocked out 1. We can probably go in there and like walk back and forth. Let's try it. At least get bounces between them. If it gets a little too hairy, you can kind of walk out. Ooh. Got hit. I'm just gonna use a potion here. It's not worth like continuing to try this and dying. I know there's a fountain, so I can refill. I expected 1 was almost dead, but better safe than sorry, right? Again, you can definitely do this without getting every item. It's going to be easier to kill those things in the future when we have some of our ranged abilities. You can just throw a ranged ability in there and then run the other way. So I wouldn't be like discouraged if you have to give up on items in the early game. I do it all the time, even late game. There's like a tricky trap, some of them do tons of damage. That wasn't even a trap, it's just like a Just a crazy room. But it always looks like that. It's just like a, I guess it's a set piece. It just spawns randomly, but it's always with, I think, 3 to 4 of those little plants. And there's always a chest that's either a bronze chest or a silver chest. But we found the button, which means we can unlock these 2 ore, which is the big thing. Sometimes I'll give up on the money if I'm not too worried, if I don't feel like it's worth going all the way back. But at this early in the game, it's really worth the time to try to pick up everything and get everything. Oh, there's also a chest over there, so it's perfect that we bought this many keys. It's going to really help us to get past Act 2. Also, we're getting more accomplishments done. There's really accomplishments for everything. So the more stuff you do, the better. Okay. Alright, pick up some more gold. I'm going to use my last potion to get full health, and then I'm going to refill them. So I'll go ahead and do that because I've already cleared out all the floor. And I wanted to pop both of them anyway for the accomplishment. Let's refill them. And we're off to the next. We can go ahead and deposit here, but before I deposit, I'm going to do some tax evasion stuff. So I'm actually going to log into another character to spin the ore to upgrade the town. So let's go ahead and do that. So logging out, we'll log into the ranger, I guess. So we have our 11 gold, or 11 ore, and our 6.7k gold. We can come in here, I can start unlocking some of this stuff. So I'm gonna get the ore trader just to help expedite my my town being upgraded. And let's see what else we're looking for. So we're talking about getting the blacksmith upgraded to 10. I'm also looking at the fountain, and as always, town hall and the other one, but these are kind of far off. So we're gonna look at the fountain and the blacksmith soon. I believe the conversion is around 1k to 1 ore, so I'm going to go over to this guy, which we just unlocked. He's the ore trader, and see how much it actually is. So yeah, the rates aren't great right now. I can sell an ore for 200 gold, or I can spend 1500 for 1. I can buy 4 though, which means I can get my blacksmith done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Have a little bit of gold left over, but we can unlock the blacksmith, and I can deposit the money for my other character to town without really getting taxed too heavily. So I'm gonna go and buy that. And next up, we'll probably buy the fountain, which is over here. It lets us add some more modifiers to our run, which will really help out. So yeah, they're all 1,000. I don't have enough for that, but it's something we can start spending our gold on as we progress each character to just make them even easier to progress. Each one of these that I do to Act 3 or beyond, it's going to make the next one that much easier, because I'm just going to be sending gold back, be buying all the upgrades and all the characters, and just progressing further and further. Now that I think of it, I might not get the fountain next. I may try to go for the chapel, but I'll have to look at the prices. I believe it's around 1,500 for the first thing in the chapel, but it's a pretty big benefit. Oh, I got a blue item. Flame Tongue, so this adds 5 magic damage to my primary attack, which is what I've been using. And it also adds like a burning that happens. I'm not sure how much damage the burning is. So this is one thing I might have done a mistake sending all my gold back, because now I don't have money to buy anything at the shop. But we'll just explore the floor, we'll come back. Maybe we won't be able to buy all 3 items, but we can hopefully buy at least 1 item. Maybe 2, potentially 3. I didn't think ahead enough about there being a shop on the 2nd floor. Sometimes the shop isn't on the 2nd floor. It can either spawn on the 2nd or 3rd floor. So I just got unlucky with what I did, and getting punished, I guess. Sending my money back and then seeing the shop on the 2nd floor instead of the 3rd. So I'll probably have plenty of money on the 3rd floor. Yeah, got hit by the red hat guy. He shoots 5 arrows. He's probably the scariest monster in this act. Alright, I see the button over to my right. So I'll be heading towards that shortly. Just don't want to get too many enemies boxed in with me over here. I can use the wall to avoid projectiles, but I don't want to get overwhelmed or trapped. Alright, so we hit the button, but there's not anything to like go back up and find. So I'm just going to continue going south to get more gold. I think I need around 300 to 400 for one item. Some of the cheaper items that I saw in the shop, and some of the more expensive ones were around 600 it seemed. So I'll definitely be going back up to hopefully get one item. But if we can get enough gold, we can get maybe 2 or 3 items. It's not looking great though, and seems like kind of a small floor. Alright, got ore. Ore's worth a lot to us right now, since it costs 1500 gold to get 1 ore. So gold is a pretty penny right now. Alright, so we made it up to 1000 gold. I'm expecting we can buy 2 items. Like a mediumly priced item and then like a smaller item. Or potentially 3 like really small items. And I can break more barrels, try to get a little more money, but it's only going to be copper coins. Yeah, it's kind of maybe 30 gold or something I just collected. Hopefully I'm close enough that I don't have to go around and pick up every single scrap of gold. I probably wouldn't do that anyway, unless I really felt like I wasn't going to be able to progress. So yeah, that's a really expensive item. Looks like we can buy 2 items, whatever we want. So if we buy this, we get health and attack power. It sounds pretty nice. And this one gives us +2 magic damage on our primary. So those are probably going to be the 2. The other one's about combo, and I'm not reliably in combo. Firm Buckler is also really nice, but I think I just want to increase my damage while also increasing my effective health. Alright, so that's floor 2. One more floor. It'll be time to go to the boss. I can deposit here, I guess. Just in case I die on the next floor, at least send my 3 ore home. The gold I had was only 250. We just went to the shop, so there's really nothing I can do with that amount of gold before the boss. This is just like a strategy in case I die on this next floor, which I highly doubt, but you know, you never know what can happen. There's been some earlier videos in this series where I didn't think I was going to die, and I just die. So, it's just playing it safe, I guess. At worst, I've sent 2 ore to the town. So I'm that much closer to another town upgrade. Got all kinds of stuff there. Another diamond. We like to see items out of those chests, but every so often you just get diamonds. I'd say the priority from stuff I want from the chest is items to just go faster and go faster, go further, rather, and go further faster. Then probably followed by ore, because it's worth more than gold to us. The diamonds do not give us 1500 gold right now, so ore is just worth way more. And then after that, we start looking at gold. Alright, so we need to find the button so we can go back up and get that money, get that chest. We do have a deposit, but we also have one on the next floor, so it doesn't really matter. Also, we just leveled. So this plant is in like a bad spot for us. So I'm going to try to just kind of run over here. Also, there's the button. Kill this red hat guy as soon as possible, and then work our way down, maybe shoot it from the bottom. It's just too far of a ways to walk. Might have to use a potion here. I guess this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, you never know if you're gonna die. You can always get like a weird floor. Being too greedy, not going for a potion. I may just not even kill that plant. I think I can sneak around. So bouncing off the... Oh. I don't see any food off the bat. Go grab this chest. And beetles can spawn from there, so those would kill me. I'm just gonna go ahead and potion here. I'm sure I'll find another well sometime soon. And I would like to not die here. This would be a bad place to die. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go back up here, get this other chest, and we can just skip the plant. Just in like a really bad spot for me. And I definitely want to save one more potion for the boss fight, just in case I get caught out and he's spinning on me and I'm taking a ton of damage. Alright, so I'm going to get him to shoot on the left side and I'm going to walk to the right side. Which is what I should have done before, but I was more worried about the other enemies. Oh, there's the beetles I was talking about. If I was really low health and I wasn't paying attention, I walked over that grate and the beetles came out, I would have died. So that's why I potioned when I did. Just thinking ahead, because there was another grate where I was. Alright, so 7 more ore to send to town. This is looking like a pretty good ore run. Alright, 19 gold tax. How much do I have in there? So that's enough to actually buy an upgrade on another character. So I'm going to log over. The character we're playing next is probably going to be the Warlock. So I'm going to log into the Warlock, buy an upgrade, log back over, and instead of that, like, what was it, 39% tax, it's going to be a little less. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy the armor, log back out. So this is something you can always do to try to avoid taxes. It's kind of like penny pinchy in a way, but it just means that's that much less gold you have to farm. So now it's 13 tax. Less gold you have to farm over the course of starting the game. And it's kind of like a fun mini game, upgrading your other characters while you're doing a run on your main character. Just getting them prepared. Because when I did the ranger character, I did him first, right? And he was the weakest level 1 character I had. And then I got all the upgrades for him after I did my first run. And I gave all the upgrades for my other characters after I did those. So this is actually the strongest level 3 character I've played so far on my account. So that means if I get more upgrades for the Warlock, he will then become my strongest level 3 character. And then the same will be true for the Paladin, because I've already unlocked, you know, the 3rd row of skills. Already gotten the 2nd thing in the blacksmith. He's got multiple potions. So yeah, we're just getting hit by these like side arrows. Trying to avoid them. I have my potion in case I need it. It's just a little hectic. The damage is not great against single target. Alright, so we killed him. And we got a blue item. So I actually know what this blue item is. This is the Armor of Kings. Gives you plus 30 armor. So my armor is currently 37. So this is doubling my armor. So I'm really not worried about physical damage at all at this point. It's going to really be about this number here, this magic damage. Which luckily there's not too many magic damage enemies before Act 4. I don't have to worry too much. But there's these little casters that I just saw there. There's like fireballs that shoot. So I can still take magic damage even if it's not from a caster. So that's what I'm going to be mainly concerned about. I also got to find food. Got hit by an arrow. Alright, there's some food. I want food before I try any traps. Just in case something goes wrong. Give me that. Alright, so there's some food. Also not worried about these melee dudes. Wow, that food didn't heal much. I guess I just have so much health. So when I open that chest, the trap's going to activate. So I'm kind of slow rolling it. Try to find a little more food before I do that. Because if I did the trap and it took damage and I survived, then I'd basically be forced to use my potion before progressing onwards. I don't want to be forced to use my potion. Okay. Just gonna let my natural regen kind of go, but I do want to find some food. Gonna prioritize any enemies that spawn. I don't want to take any chip damage while I'm taking down the statue. It's gonna be spawning a lot of ghosts. I'm gonna try to avoid getting hit by any stray arrows, stray projectiles. Alright. Alright, 2 more to go. So we're making some progress. We're at 61 health. I'm gonna see what he gets up to. It's gonna be slow. Slow regen. Hopefully I can find some food before. If I do take another hit, I may just consider using the potion and hope that I find a fountain in the next floor, so I could probably do the rest of this floor with 1 potion worth of health. But also my potion is upgraded, so it almost heals for my full amount of health. So I want to kind of save that extra health. If I use the potion now, I kind of waste some health. So I got hit there, lost at least 10 health. Alright. Keep going around. Alright, I see an apple. That'll be at least a little bit of health. I don't expect a lot, because I think it's lower than an orange. It at least recovered that damage I just took. But these 3 bosses can be scary, and my single target damage isn't great, so I kind of expect to need a potion for this next fight. Oh, that's a caster. I don't know if I got hit. Oh, got hit by that one. Getting close to having to use my potion. I'm gonna see what's in this crack in the wall, then I'll make a decision. Oh, it bounced backwards. Okay, what is my worst item? I think the getting hit triggers movement speed is pretty bad right now for me. So we get the firm buckler, chance to block 5 physical damage. It's pretty nice. Okay, I'm trying desperately hard to keep my potion. Like I said, our goal is just to get through this and the boss. Oof. So we want to make sure we're good. I think we have enough items to get through the boss. I just don't want to take too much damage before that and have to use the potion. Oop, got hit again. Alright, we gotta use the potion here, unfortunately. Just too many range units coming out of all the spawning pits. Having a little trouble keeping up without taking any damage. Yeah, it looks like I just keep ricocheting more enemies into the fight. Finally got rid of that mage. So we got one more spawner I want to take care of. Oh, and a level. Oh, I should have been paying attention to the level. Could have used the level to get my health back, but that's okay. It doesn't always work out that way. But having full health now, and I have that cheese over there that I see, I'm gonna go do the traps, and then I can heal off the cheese afterwards. My damage is just not staying together very well. May consider... I will probably be shifting into a spell build after this run. I just needed some more levels. So now we're level 6 from 3. It should help a good bit. Alright, so this one... Oh, it does have the fireballs. Okay. I kind of hate this trap. Guess I need to go in the center. Just gonna run through and go get the cheese. I felt like I would take too much damage from the fire, trying to avoid it. I already gotten hit, so I just made a decision to run through. And I knew I wouldn't die from the trap, so I felt like it was an okay decision. Alright, this trap's easier the more movement speed you have, but we'll see how it goes. So it kind of goes off in a circle. So I'm going to be set up here and try to walk in like a down pattern to avoid it. Alright, so we made it through another floor, 2 to go. We have a deposit here, but we're probably going to see a shop on the next floor. So I'm just going to prepare to spend at a shop. Maybe we can find an item or two to fix maybe our sustain, maybe fix our damage. So I feel just a little lacking on my damage. Single target. So we just want to increase our odds of being able to beat the boss. Alright, so we have a piece of cheese, so we'll keep that in mind in case we need to come back for it. Alright. Killed those red hat dudes fast enough, so that's good. Alright. One statue down, so far so good. I kind of don't like these fire traps like this because I feel like I'm going to go across and there's going to be a ton of enemies and then I'm going to have to backtrack. I'm trying to pull some enemies. There we go. Alright. As you can see, like, there's enemies waiting for me right there. So when I get like too overloaded and have to retreat, I'm going to take a lot of damage from the fire. Alright, I'm going to try to clear out the left side, I think. I got the archer spawning pit on the right side, and I'm more afraid of the archers. So I'm just going to slowly progress my way in. Try to kill that guy. Not quite close enough, I guess. Alright. Yeah, I just wasn't confident enough that I can really, like, catch up enough with the archers that I have room to kite. Alright, I did see a fountain right there. So we can at least get our potions back, so things are kind of working out for us. Even though some of the levels have been pretty challenging for this type of build. Alright, we have a piece of cheese. The other one is pretty far away. I'm just going to go and eat that one now. I'm going to save the well as like a potion, and then save it to get my 2 potion charges. So if I start like taking too much damage, I'm going to run back here and use it as a potion. I can also see my shop. Got some nice ore over there. Haven't seen the other 2 statues yet. Something to keep an eye out for. Got some more ore over there as well. We have a nice amount of ore. Got hit by something. I don't know if it's an arrow or is the magic thing. I think it was an arrow. The stray arrows get you. Yeah, there's like 8 ore over here. So there was 3. There's 2 more up here. And there is another statue. So I feel like it's kind of been a little while on this floor, so I want to try to take out that statue pretty soon. I also saw the necromancer, so I want to try to take him out without spawning too many ghosts. But if things go really bad, I'm going to retreat back to the fountain and heal up. Right, so we'll kite back. We're either trying to kite all the guys away from the necromancer, or him kind of in his own spot. Doesn't look like that's going to work, so we'll just kind of rely on ricochets. Oh, we actually got the mage. We've kind of messed up a little bit. We cut off our access to our well. So a little poor planning, but I'm just going to go ahead and heal up now. We're getting closer and closer to our goal. Oh, this is floor 2, so we have one more floor after this. Thought for some reason it was floor 3. Just getting impatient. Right, there's a tower. It's another reason we want the fountain. We can start turning off like towers and other features of the game that are causing us more issues. Which we should have enough ore for that if I can get to the 3rd boss. Okay, 1 left. Oh, and there's a great threat, so it's good that we just killed that one before the great threat starts showing up. So it must be over here somewhere, because we saw the ghosts come from that direction. So we're going the right way to get rid of it. Can't see it. We got a couple traps. Kind of want to buy some more items. Alright, and there was our last statue. Ah, got stuck on that block. Oof. Alright, kill that guy. We should have enough money for 3 items, I would think. Markham's Purse isn't going to do much for us at this point. It's kind of behind. This Mage Robe will give us the 2-piece, so we'll get the Resist. I like that. Constructs, not a big deal. And I don't know if I want to spend 3,000 on these 2 items. It does give us a 2-piece, which is the 5% increased damage, so we'll take that. And I think I'm just going to walk away, keep my money to send back to town. It's kind of up to you. You can buy the upgrades if you want. I'm just hoping that the money in town will do more work for me. Wow, I'm just getting destroyed by those couple dudes. Alright, we'll go from this direction. Alright. We're slowly whittling these guys down. God, that spawning pit is really being bad for us. I'm gonna use a safety potion here. Go a little aggressive. We may take no damage, but I felt like the next 1 or 2 shots I was gonna die. And I know I have a piece of cheese over there, but it's very far away. It's unfortunate to have to use a potion, but it'll be alright. We just can't take any real unnecessary damage at this point, so we're probably going to skip these traps that we see. One has a gold chest. I have 1 gold key, but I think these fireballs are going to potentially do some damage to us. I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about it. I do have a potion and a piece of cheese. There is potential for a well on the next floor, but Need to see what kind of chest was in the top trap as well. I think I can do this one. I think I remember the pattern. Because it should just be 1, 2, 3. I gotta wait on the next cycle though. Get hit by that last piece of fire. Oh, avoided that one. I probably could have gone there, but I'm just gonna wait another cycle. That's fine with me. I was a little slow. I was expecting a fireball before that. Okay, so we'll just go here. Syrian Sabatons. So these just do fire damage on a walk. Oh, there's another piece of cheese up here. So we'll take that and we'll go do the other trap. Actually, I'm going to see which one this one is. Maybe it's not even worth it. Because if I get put in a desperate situation where I have to use my potion, it's going to be really bad for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I don't have a gold key, so I can't actually do that one. But I probably would have skipped it anyway. It just looks like too much with my current character. Until you start getting some of the drinks where you can use your spells to leech your health back, it's a little difficult to just expend health for no reason. And if I die, I lose so much ore. So I'm gonna look to save this monolith until the end, so I can have it for the boss fight. So a lot of buffs are damage or damage reduction, so I want to keep that. Just make it a little easier. Alright, I see a necromancer. Seems like it's not a big deal as long as I can have enough enemies to ricochet between. It's really about those stray arrows and those green magic dots. This was not a good decision. It's working out, but oh, we're just gonna commit to it, I guess. The old run in a circle. Well, that worked out. It's one of those best defense is good offense situations. Alright. So, can they die? I see another statue down south, so I'm going to try to work towards that. Because on the last floor, we were a little slow, so we had great threats, so I don't really want to have 2x the great threats on this one. Jeez, that's so many arrows. My boots are actually doing like surprisingly good damage. Had some enemies walk through the trail. I've carved out a little safe spot. Can slowly progress downwards. It's really just about those mages and those red hat guys. They can really mess you up. Alright, so 2 statues down. Have these guys that are protected. So we're gonna try to get some of the extra enemies to run out. To have a little more breathing room. We killed the red hat guy. Killed that. Nice level. Which is all we're really going for right now is levels and beating this next boss. And getting our ore back to town. would be very nice. Here, stocking up. Where is my last statue? That's what I'm looking for right now. We have like plenty of food to eat in case something happens. We have our monolith for the next fight. We have our potion that we're able to hold on to. Oh, got hit by that one. Dang you, red hat guy. So this is the same trap we did a moment ago. We'll just do it again. We got some food. I think we can just run like the whole way. Yeah, alright, we took like 2 fire shots, but we didn't take too much health. So that's good. And there's our last statue. So if we can avoid just getting destroyed by arrows, then there's our great threat. We're a little slow, but at least we got 2 of the 3 statues down for the great threat. As we shift over to a spell build, it'll get faster and faster. Got some more guild hall achievements. So we're probably getting somewhat close to the next guild. Or did we already roll over? I'll have to check. Might have some more stars to spend on characters that really need them, like the paladin. Oh, we have a necromancer. It seems okay. It's kind of close. Nice, took him out. Wow, and some more ore, and a piece of cheese. Excellent. Alright, so that's pretty much the whole floor. We've gotten all the XP. So we need to go back and get the monolith, and then we can come back over here and deposit. So since there's a piece of food close to the monolith, I'm just going to go this way, take the fire damage. I could have tried to avoid it, but I can just grab the monolith. Sundering Strikes, that's a pretty good effect. It's for our main hand. All damage ignores 50% armor and or resist. So it's pretty good. Our skill is hybrid, so it's half physical, half magic. So ignoring either one actually helps us pretty well. I'm not too worried about keys because I really just want to get past this boss, and then we'll be done. We'll go back to town, see what kind of upgrades we can get. Set up our characters for the next one. I guess I can grab some of this money. At least the silver coins. They're a little more appealing because they're worth a lot more. Alright, 21 ore and almost 6k explorers. So 31 tax, how much do I have back home? 2.5, so yeah, we're gonna avoid taxes again. Try to get some more upgrades for our little Warlock character that we're probably gonna play next. I also see that our ranger is level 8. I wonder if I'll be able to get level 8. So we can buy 2 upgrades. I'm gonna buy the armor, and I'll buy the weapon. Just go ahead and keep knocking all those out. So we should avoid a lot of taxes. Back to the sorcerer. Let's see how far into level 7 we are. We might farm in Act 4 a little bit if we have enough. We're kind of far. Alright, so we avoided some tax. Nice. Two of them together is really nice because you can ricochet the damage between them. Outside of that, it's just going to be trying to avoid as much stuff as possible. Oh, I guess it also ricochets between the towers. I find it's easiest to be kind of close to a wall to avoid the ice, or the blades, I guess. I guess they're blades. So that one guy is taking a lot of damage. I still have my potion. So they're getting like kind of low health. I still have my potion, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'll save my potion for like an emergency type situation. But maybe if I get under half health or under 25% health, I'll consider using it. Just to be ahead of the game. Alright, so we need to deal a lot more damage to the red guy. If I can get him to land. Oh, that one died. That one died. I guess we can just do damage to the statue. There we go. That works. The other guy didn't want to land, or we would have killed him too. It's kind of nice to see. Life's still in our primary, so we're going to start having some sustained. I guess let's see how our character feels. Maybe we can continue on with him a little bit. But magic damage is going to be the big thing for us. I don't expect I would be able to beat the next boss though, so I don't know if it's really worth trying to get too far. I'm just kind of curious how the damage feels. Damage feels okay. The sustain, you can kind of see my health moving around. Yeah. That's fine. And let's go back in. So the reason we decided to die there, we already deposited. We can spend a bunch of time and effort to try to progress through Act 4, maybe get a level or two, but we'll probably die. Probably won't be able to really challenge the boss. So it's kind of like a tactical death in a way. Alright, and we can now get our rank 3 Frost Shard, or tier 3 Frost Shard number 4. It's a little confusing. But this one has it ricochets up to 4 times. This one was 3, that one was 2, so it's just even better. Then I'm probably going to start looking at getting Orb of Winter. You see our mana went up higher. Let me see how much it cost. 120. Ice Barrier is kind of nice for skills. Chance to Freeze is kind of nice. But I'm going to be looking at getting one of each of these skills, I believe. So that cost 7, cost 12. I'm a little off. So I think what I've needed more is the Orb of Winter so far. The next point I get, I'll probably put into the Frost Nova, so we're just going to save these points for that. Because we might get a Guild Hall upgrade that gives us a couple stars, and we'll just put it into that. But the reason we want the orb is we've had a couple situations where we had the plants in a tightly closed room, or the archers, so we can just activate the Orb of Winter and we can walk away and we can just let it do its damage. We can go hang out over here until our mana gets back up, and then we can do another one. So it's kind of like a cheeky way to clear out, but it's going to mean that mana regen is going to be more and more important, which is good because we just completed the next 2 bosses, so we've gotten some more mana regen now. So we're on our way to having some pretty good class titles. We also have some ore. Let's see what we want to buy with this ore. We've talked about the chapel, and we've talked about the fountain. We can actually get both of them. This also unlocks the priest, which his class bonus is giving us health. So we might have some priest runs here shortly to just get even more characters into the class titles for more bonuses for all of our characters. So those times where we're having issues, it's like, well, I'm not regenerating any health, or it's taking so long, this will help speed that up a little bit. But let me see what else. We don't have nearly enough money to really do the blacksmith stuff yet. We don't have enough ore for the next town, nor would we have enough ore for the skill upgrade to the next level or enough stars. So we're going to be looking at the fountain and the chapel. So let's go ahead and get both of those. We also have enough, just enough, to get the tavern, which unlocks the thief. I don't plan on using the thief right now, just in case people are a little unlucky in their own runs on finding him. I want to basically not use him and play through the game, but you can still unlock the tavern even if you don't have the thief. So unlock the tavern, and this will reload. So they added some new places. We'll see what our costs are. So there's the fountain. It's a little tiny fountain. There's the tavern, and here's the chapel. So the chapel, the first upgrade costs 10,000, so that's another gold sink that I can use as I progress all these characters. You know, this one increases your primary attack by 25%. This decreases the damage taken by 15, and this increases your skill damage by 25%. So almost everyone, I'm just going to go Path of Defender. It's just, it's the best. It's really difficult to get defense in this game. It's a lot easier to get offense. So that's kind of how I see it. Tavern, let's check out what's going on in the tavern. There's this gambling stuff. Well, if we have extra money, we can maybe do it. It helps unlock some drinks. Currently, we only have 2 drinks. We have this Miner's Delight and Fool's Errand. We really didn't need to even unlock the this area because we don't really have any useful drinks to use, but we'll slowly find them as we progress through the game. So I'm not going to make the guide really rely on them. And then lastly, we unlock the fountain. So we have a bunch of different effects, which we'll get into on the next episode, the next video. As you can see, we can expand the floors. We can have the traps do less damage. We've kind of talked about some of this stuff before. We'll get into that on the next one. The next run we'll utilize all that stuff. But anyway, that's going to be the episode for today. That I think was episode 5. On the next one, we'll progress another character, probably the Warlock. But anyway, till then, I'll see you guys next time.